Hello, my name is Lloyd Lilly, and I was a lightkeeper on Surgeon's Cove from 1969 to 2002. So that's quite a while. Started off as a relief lightkeeper, ended up principal lightkeeper, of course. Well, I lived on Exploits Island, that's where the lighthouse was. And so I knew the people that worked there, and I got to go there relieving. That was 1968, I think. So shortly after that, then the positions came up for lightkeeper, and on it went. And so that's how I joined the Coast Guard. Our day would start, depending on the shift that I was on. The first one I started there, the shift was 1 o'clock in the morning. We'd go on. So obviously, we'd be looking out to the light. Our light used to have a weight. You'd have to crank it up, and it would last for an hour and a half. It used to take me about, young gaffer then I was then, it used to take me about 20 minutes to crank up this weight, and that's what rotated the light. So to be held to pay if that light stopped in them days, for sure. But so that was something that happened every hour and a half. Then you had to be looking out for fog, and that required a lot of attention as well. We started off with a hair iron, and we had a very large tank. It used to be inside the iron building, and you had to have a certain amount of pressure on to blow it off, you know. And so in the evenings, we would build up this air. So as if the fog came in, let's say 10 o'clock, 10:30, it'd be dark. Well, we wouldn't have to wait very long before we'd be in service. We'd be blowing our horn. And then, of course, daylight had come, and after sunrise, the light would stop. We could stop the light then. And, of course, we had to stop the horn manually as well, if it cleared away. Now, the work would consist of then cleaning up everything, making it spotless, lights and everything. And before my shift would end, which would be 1 o'clock the next morning, the light had to be lit an hour before dark. And you'd start that off with alcohol. And then it'd be just a mantle light, hey? And you start that off with alcohol, which you'd light and warm up the light. That's what it was for. And you'd have, I think it was kerosene. I know it was kerosene. We used to have the two small cylinders down at the bottom of the tower. Probably they're still there. And you'd have to keep manually pumping at a certain pressure for to force this kerosene up to light the mantle. And of course, then the weight would be ready to go around. In years, I don't know, a number of years it was like that. And after that, of course, it advanced to electric lights, which means, and the fog horn, we had that would detect the fog. And it was no more used to air, we'll say. That was all electric, and I suppose that's like it today. Now, with regard to when I was telling you about the light and how the mantle used to set it up, years after that got taken away, and they put in a mercury vapor bulb, which it took a little while, not very long, to eat up, and it was visible then for a long way. That light, you could see that light 30 miles away for sure, you know, that far, because I had talked to many boats and that was coming in the area, and they'd tell me when they could see our light, and it'd be a long way away. So but the light took up most of the time, I must say, to keep it shining, and the lens had to be perfectly clear, and if it was every second day, you'd have to do it for sure, to make sure that it was operating perfect, you know, and perfect it was.